Tommy Caldwell, left, and Alex Honnold atop El Capitan in Yosemite National Park, June 3, 2018. Corey Rich, Real Rock, Novice Select via AP, by Brian Melly. Los Angeles, AP. Two of the world's best rock climbers coped with frightening falls and the deaths of two fellow climbers on the same rock in a month-long quest to shatter a mythical record in Yosemite National Park. Tenacity paid off Wednesday as Alex Honnold and Tommy Caldwell topped the nose route on El Capitan, the most celebrated slab of granite on Earth, in less than 2 hours. The time of 1 hour, 58 minutes and 7 seconds capped weeks of practice and a few stumbles on the 3,000-foot monolith. Honnold didn't think they were on a record pace until he looked at his phone timer as he ran for the tree that marks the finish line, he told the Associated Press by phone as he hiked down from the summit. "Oh my God, we are doing it," he thought as he secured the rope to the tree and hoped Caldwell would hurry. "It was slightly emotional when we finished it. I had a wave of, oh wow, I'm pretty proud we saw it through." The duo broke the record 3 times in the past week, carving more than 20 minutes off the 2017 mark. Honnold said it would have been easy to stop after breaking records May 30th and again June 4th, but they pressed toward the 2-hour goal he considered the human potential. Hans Florini, who has held the record on and off between 1990 and 2012, the last time with Honnold, said the mark is equivalent to the ongoing quest to break the 2-hour marathon, Roger Bannister's 1954 achievement in the mile. "We were pushing the 5-hour barrier before and then the 4-hour barrier and then the 3-hour barrier. So, which one of those is the 4-minute mile?" Florini said before the mark was broken. "I think it is getting close." Climbing times on El Cap have fallen precipitously since Warren Harding and 2 others made the first ascent 60 years ago. That took 12 days in a final push following 48 days of advance work over 18 months as Harding pounded bolts into the rock to aid his climb. "As I hammered in the last bolt and staggered over the rim, it was not at all clear to me who was the conqueror and who was the conquered," Harding said afterward. Yosemite is Mecca for climbers because of its vast array of soaring granite walls and peaks. El Cap, though, looms largest and offers 58 distinct routes. The nose is the best known and typically takes accomplished climbers 4 or 5 days. Climbers jam hands and feet into finger and fist width cracks to inch their way up the vertical wall. Sometimes there is little more to grasp or perch on than a sliver the width of a few coins. Other cracks abruptly end in a smooth sea of granite, forcing climbers to swing left or right to find the next hand or foothold. "It's a very complicated route," said Daniel Duane, author of El Capitan. "It meanders all over the place and it has pendulum swings and bolt ladders and there are little variations where you can go this way instead of that way, so there's a ton of trickery involved in shaving off time. Speed can come at a devastating price. Climbers are roped together for safety, and they clip that line into protective pieces placed in cracks along the way to catch them if they fall. But the amount of gear in a race against the clock is pared to the bare minimum to save weight, and climbers sometimes move in tandem with neither anchored to the rock." 2 experts were speed climbing in that manner on El Cap's Free Blast route Saturday when one fell and pulled the other 1,000 feet to their deaths. The fatal fall was witnessed by spectators gathered in the valley below in hope of seeing Honnold and Caldwell. Honnold and Caldwell were not climbing that day and they cancelled plans to go for the record Sunday and instead did a training run. "It's really hard to go for it 100% after something like that happens," said Honnold, who said the deaths of Jason Wells and Tim Klein weighed on them. "It's a worst-case scenario, the stuff of nightmares really." Caldwell survived 2 big falls unscathed, including a 100-footer in practice runs. "It was pretty scary because it was such a gargantuan fall," said photographer Austin Siadak, who has been shooting video of the team for a documentary. "I saw him hurtling upside down through the air and then bouncing on the end of the rope. Once Caldwell came to a rest, he chalked up his hands, swung over to a crack and resumed his upward progress." Honnold, 32, and Caldwell, 39, are arguably the biggest stars of rock climbing, but both suffered small injuries. Caldwell's knees and fingers were bloodied and Honnold got a nasty rope burn in a fall that tore a chunk from a finger. Caldwell shared fame in 2015 with Kevin Jorgeson on a first ascent of El Capitan wall, one of the world's hardest routes, using no assistance in a 19-day climb and only ropes and gear to protect against a fall. Honnold is the only person to have climbed El Cap solo without a rope or any protection, a perilous feat that earned him both admiration and criticism for being reckless. The two climbers represent a dream team from the generation that honed its craft in rock gyms and are showing up in the outdoors with a radically different ability level than they used to, Dwayne said. So even Honnold and Caldwell's new high marks may not stand. "It's hard to imagine, gosh, how could anybody get better than those guys?" Dwayne said. "Climbing is a lot further along than it was 30 years ago on that curve toward athletic maturity, but I don't think it's anywhere near the outer limits." You might also like Kim Lim, daughter of tycoon Peter Lim, on being a hot premium content Lamborghini involved in multi-vehicle accident on Straits Times Gate. Unlimited access to over 700 VIP airport lounges, HSBC, the world's most beautiful waterfalls to visit, photos far and wide. Lenovo and Disney are making an AR headset for a new Hardware Zone. LG unveils a new Q series mid-range phone with stylus. Hardware Zone. Matt Lauer's wife makes bold move against husband. MercuryNews.com. Carolyn hacks, "My husband is pressuring me to experiment." MercuryNews.com. Kanye West made Tristan Thompson's very bad night a. MercuryNews.com recommended by